Welcome to Video Podcast number 57. Now I'm going to do something that goes back to a format I used over a month ago, which was a hybrid. I would have, like say I did an hour and a half video, I would make the first 30 minutes of that 90-minute video for free and the remaining hour only available to my Patreon my Patreon subscribers. Then after that, I start doing two separate videos, either videos that were 100% free or videos that were 100% Patreon exclusive. Well, for the purposes of this video, see, y'all made a lie out of me. YouTube made a lie out of me. I said my last video was going to be my last free video for the month of October. But me and my weaknesses, and when I say weaknesses, I tend to listen to other people's podcasts. And somebody said something in the podcast recently that just blew my mind. I couldn't help but to have at least a small portion of this video be public to respond to what this podcast host said. So I would say the first third of this video is going to be free, and the latter part is going to be for my Patreon subscribers. So I know some of my Patreon subscribers have asked me before, Alan, you know, what point? I'll mark it on my Patreon page. Whatever point, if you want to skip the free portion and you want to just fast forward to just the Patreon exclusive portion, I'm going to put that mark. So if it's the, I don't know, the 38-minute mark, I'm going to put fast forward to the 38-minute mark. If it's the 45-minute mark, I'm going to say fast forward to the 45-minute mark, and so on and so on. Okay. Obviously, I got a lot of feedback from my last video podcast entitled, Women Will Never Be Exactly the Same That They Were Before 1960. Been getting a lot of feedback. Most of it positive. Few people have disagreed with portions of what I said, try to debate me. One podcast host, BGS Itmore, he did a response video to it where I don't know if I want to say he challenged things that I said, but he took what I said and expanded on it in almost a different direction, like a full sociological expansion on what I talked about. And with all due respect to BGS, here's what he got to understand, man. You know, I mean, I don't criticize what he did. He can do whatever he wants to on his channel. But for anybody to feel like he almost indirectly said that I fell short or I failed to talk about this issue from a full sociological perspective, because I'm not a motherfucking sociologist. I don't have no PhD in sociology. I'm a motherfucking dating coach. I know how, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time I know how to stay in my lane. I get out of my lane here and there, but most of the time I know how to stay in my lane. I am a motherfucking dating coach. Okay? I'm a dating coach. So most, if not all of what I'm going to say to guys is going to be from the perspective of a professional dating coach who earns his living as a professional dating coach. I don't earn a living as a informal or pseudo sociologist. Okay? So that's why I ain't gonna talk about a lot of shit from a full detailed sociological perspective. The closest I came to trying to do that was my book, The Beta Male Revolution. And I say that in the introduction. I say in the introduction, I don't have credentials as a sociologist. But I went on to say that there's going to be things I'm going to talk about in this book that might seem like it's coming from the perspective of someone who is a credentialed sociologist as well as a credentialed historian. And I'm neither. So I made that up front in my book, The Beta Male Revolution. So I'm going to talk about a couple things in this free portion, and I'm going to go into my Patreon exclusive portion. Now, since I already started talking about that, as far as just general feedback, hey man, let me tell some of you guys, man, who still sent me these private emails and Facebook inbox messages and stuff the ones who disagree with stuff I said or try to challenge shit I said, and you just basically ended up doing a bunch of more bitching and moaning. Obviously, you guys didn't pay attention to my early video that I did about 3 months ago called The Myth of the Prudish and Strictly Monogamy-Oriented Good Girl. Obviously, you guys didn't pay attention to that shit. And as you can probably hear it in my voice, it pisses me off that you didn't pay attention to that shit. So, as I get on this channel, you know I can be semi-nice guy Alan on this channel, or I can be hardcore Alan on this channel. Pick your choice. If you want me to lay shit out to you bluntly, I will lay it out to you bluntly, okay? Okay? Let me lay some shit out to you, since I've had at least 1 or 2 podcast hosts say that I have a tendency to sometimes mince my words and soften my words, you know, for political correctness. Some of y'all motherfuckers, if y'all didn't have a job and y'all weren't offering to pay some portion of women's bills, y'all would never get no motherfucking pussy. Okay, is that blunt enough for you? I heard a podcast host say some people treat me like I should just go to work, come home, and then just eventually die. You goddamn right. Okay, is that minced words for you? Huh? Is that minced words for you? Is that softening my words for political correctness? Some of these women out here don't give a fuck about a percentage of you guys. That's why in my book, I call guys total beta males. That's what a total beta male is. Women don't give a fuck about you. Okay? Am I bringing it home for you? They don't want your dick. And in some cases, they don't even want your money. If you offer them money to get some pussy from them, they don't want your money. They don't want shit to do with you. They would rather play with their pussies with a vibrator or a dildo than fuck you. How's that for blunt for you? Okay? You want Alan Roger Currie to bring some shit home? I'll bring some shit home to you. Some of you motherfuckers ain't gonna never get no pussy. I'm telling you, there's a percentage of you motherfuckers. I don't know the exact percentage. It could be 3% of y'all. It could be 5% of y'all. It could be 10% of y'all. It could be 15% of y'all. Some of you motherfuckers out here, even the fat, ugly women don't want your dick. How's that about bringing it home to you? Some of y'all motherfuckers, even the fat, ugly women don't want your dick. They would rather get a vibrator and a dildo than suck your dick or fuck your dick. How's that for blunt for you? I try to tell y'all, man, in a nice, objective way that women have their true nature. And some of y'all still want to bitch and moan about that shit. Women, I told you a number of times in my video podcast, man, women gonna fuck who they want to fuck. And somebody brought up in my comments, they said, Alan, I remember you told a story about a woman sucked your dick while her husband was upstairs making dinner. You goddamn right. What does that show you about women's true nature? That a woman would suck my dick while her husband's upstairs making dinner. Come on, man. I haven't used this phrase in a while, but I'm going to have to re-implement this phrase. Wake the fuck up, man. Some of y'all need to wake the fuck up, man. Yeah, this is a harsh admonishment. This is one of them videos, at least the free portion. Y'all need to wake the fuck up, man. If some of y'all weren't offering to pay a portion of women's bills, if not all their bills, offering to give them materialistic gifts, offering to be an entertainer, a flatterer, an emotionally empathetic listening ear, women would want nothing to do with some of y'all motherfuckers. You hear me? Like, I'm talking about like nothing. Nothing. Platonic friendship, romantic, sexual, nothing. I'm out here trying to help man improve their game with women. And a lot of you guys appreciate that. And I appreciate the guys who appreciate what I'm doing. So let me make that clear. The guys, man, I know my clients appreciate me. A lot of my loyal followers appreciate what I'm doing. My financial supporters, Patreon subscribers, you all appreciate what I'm doing. So I appreciate you right back. But some of you other guys who want to write me, challenging me on shit, and call yourself trying to provide some what you think is an intellectually thorough disagreement, I'm saying y'all living in a fucking delusional fantasy world. Where can I find this delusional fantasy world you're living on? On CBS? Fox? NBC? Women are winning, man. Y'all ain't doing shit but bitching. Women are winning. If this is a gender war, women are winning the motherfucking gender war. You ain't winning. How's that for blunt for you? You ain't winning. Men's rights activists? Yeah, right. That's a joke. What are y'all doing as far as legalities and public policy? Talk to me. Enlighten me. What are y'all men's groups doing as far as legalities? What are y'all doing to make divorce cases more in favor of men? Write it in my comment section. I invite you to. Show me some evidence. What are you doing? What laws have you passed that now favor things, make things easier for men as opposed to women? What things are making things easier for men in child custody battles because of some attorneys that are out there, some politicians that are out there? Where are you all winning? Show me where you're winning in this so-called gender war. Show me where men are winning. Where are men winning? Men ain't gonna never win in no civilized society. Believe that shit. You better wake up to that fucking fact. Men ain't gonna win until that moment where they say that the shit's gonna hit the fan and we go back to a barbaric society. Some shit that looks like the Walking Dead society. A dystopian society where there's no government infrastructure. Where there are no laws and civilized ways of being. That's what men might... That's the best chance men have of winning. But as long as we living in a civilized society, y'all men ain't gonna never win. How's that for blunt truth? How's that for blunt truth? You ain't gonna never be on the winning end. You're gonna be podcasting until your beard and your hair is gray. Bitching about women and their behavior and how they should change and how they should do this different and how they should do that better. That's what y'all gonna be doing for the next 5 years. That's what y'all gonna be doing. Some of you men say, well, if women don't shape up, I'm going to stop pursuing them. Well, guess what? Some of these women don't want some of y'all motherfuckers pursuing them in the first place. Why do you think they got street harassment laws? Because some of these women don't want to be bothered by a percentage of you motherfuckers. They don't want nothing to do with some of you motherfuckers out here. That's where they get these sexual harassment and street harassment. Because some of y'all motherfuckers, again, I don't know the exact percentage. It could be as low as 5% of the guys in society. It could be as high as 15 or 20% of the guys in society. But some of these motherfuckers, some of y'all out here, women don't want shit to do with y'all. Like nothing. How's that for blunt for you? Like zero. Like this podcast host say, they want to see you go to work. They want you to help them fix their car. They want you to help them build their house. They want you to fix their vacuum cleaner. And then they want you to go home and jack off and then someday die. That's what they want you to do. That's what these women want you to do. How's that coming from a motherfucker that's been accused of mincing words? That's what they want you to do. You do not fucking exist in some of these women's minds on a romantic or sexual level. You don't fucking exist. You are fucking invisible. Marinate on that shit. You are fucking invisible. You do not fucking matter. Is that blunt enough for you? I don't like to be this harsh with you all motherfuckers, but y'all provoke me to be this harsh with y'all. Especially when you try to say that I'm holding back. Shit, there's women out here that y'all treat them like they invisible because of their age, their weight, or whatever factor. Well, guess what? There's women that look at some percentage of y'all motherfuckers as invisible. They don't even want to be platonic friends with your motherfucking ass. They just want you to stay in some house, in somebody's basement, playing video games, jack off the internet porn, and then you die off. They don't want your seed nowhere near their pussy. How's that for fucking blunt? Y'all ain't winning shit in no gender war. Y'all motherfuckers talking about some goddamn social contracts, like women are obligated to fulfill and satisfy a social contract. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit in a civilized society. Ain't no social contract. Fuck a social contract. Better wake the fuck up and realize what type of society and what world you living in. Y'all ain't winning shit. Again, if I'm wrong, show me what legalities have been passed over the last 5, 10, 15 years in favor of men. I'll own up to it on my next video if y'all can prove me wrong. If y'all make a lie out of me, shit, show me some laws and public policies that have been implemented that first favored women, then now they favor men. Have y'all diminished the harshness of the sexual harassment laws? Nope. Have y'all diminished the severity of date rape charges? Even false date rape charges? Nope. Have y'all did something to decrease this abundance of out of wedlock births? Nope. Women's adultery is out of control. Women cheat now more than men. What have men done? What have the men rights group done to diminish women's adultery? Nothing. So what the fuck are y'all talking about other than talking on a podcast? Y'all ain't done shit. Men ain't winning shit. Y'all winning the bitching battle. That's about it. Y'all might be winning the bitching battle, at least on YouTube. But beyond that, y'all ain't winning shit. Y'all ain't winning shit. Show me. If I'm wrong, show me. Prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Show me how we winning. Show me how the men, the effects of these men's groups, MRA, MGTOW, and all this shit. Show me how they winning. Motherfuckers still proposing marriage. Y'all say marriage is down in the black community, and that might be right, but worldwide, racial, regardless of race, marriage ain't diminished significantly. Motherfuckers still going to Jared buying a ring. Because motherfuckers still want to raise a son or daughter. And they feel that marriage is the best way to do that. So as long as you got men who want kids, who want to raise a son and or daughter in a healthy environment, you're going to still have marriage. Even if those married men ain't getting no pussy or only getting pussy erratically. I know a bunch of motherfuckers married right now that only fuck their wife 2 to 3 times a month, if that. And they ain't filing for a divorce. Somebody had the nerve to ask me, Alan, I think it's wrong for you to publicly admit that when you were in your 20s and 30s that you were fucking other women's wives. Doesn't that just make you feel like a bad person? Why would you do that? Why would you do something so morally wrong? When did I ever say I was a morally perfect person, number one? When did I ever say that? And since I'm on my blunt kick, my blunt answer would be, why does a dog lick his balls? Because he can. I used to fuck other motherfuckers' bitches because I could. And I know Tony Macy will go say, Alan, there you go, rubbing your balls in motherfuckers' faces. To refresh your memory, my good brother Tony Maceo, he was comparing me to Ron Wills, my fellow author. And he said, the difference between you and Ron Wills, he just lays information out. But Alan, you have a way of bringing your ego into the conversation and rubbing your balls in motherfuckers' face. Yeah, I do from time to time. But yeah, I never hid the fact that I fucked other motherfuckers' bitches. And when I was young, I had no regrets about that shit whatsoever. If I could do it, I did it. Period. If that made me an immoral motherfucker, color me guilty. Now, I did in that area have a somewhat of a moral awakening around the time of my 40th birthday, mainly because my older brother always preaches to me about karma, and I don't like to attract bad karma in my life. So I stopped for the most part. I've had a few slip-ups. For the most part, I stopped doing that shit. I don't fuck other dudes' wives and fiancés and long-term girlfriends anymore. But shit. Truth? I still, to this day, have some motherfuckers, not as many as when I was young, but I still have some motherfuckers, women that flirt with me in a way that I know I can hit it. But that's another story for another video podcast. Right now, I'm talking about, number one, the feedback to my last video. Y'all motherfuckers better wake up and realize, man, that I'm asking you, what compelling reason do women have to change or improve their behavior to your satisfaction? That's what I'm asking. That's the central question I'm asking. Because see, for anybody, male or female, to make the decision to take steps to change and or improve their behavior for the better, they're going to need a compelling reason. Like me, I'll use my example. I've talked about my health and fitness issues. In 2014, I allowed myself to get up as heavy as 265. Just earlier this year, I was as heavy as 254. And I wasn't motivated to make changes in my eating habits and my exercise habits until I got diagnosed with high blood pressure, until I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Then I was like, oh shit, I got to make some changes. See this big ass bottle of water? I still drink vitamin water. I got that nearby too. Lemon squeezed. But I'm drinking more of this for health reasons. Type 2 diabetes gave me my compelling reason. Excuse me. So going back to you guys want to see all these changes in women. See, you got to understand, man, women's true nature is not a new thing. Like some of y'all got the mistaken impression that I was suggesting that women didn't come into their true nature until the 1960s and 1970s. But see, what you got to understand is prior to what was known as the Victorian era, a lot of women were already in their true nature. I remember I had this conversation in Vegas with this really intelligent guy from University of Chicago named James Amaro. And he was breaking it down to me. He was like, without getting too lengthy into academia, he was basically saying, man, women didn't start trying to play this good girl role with men until around the time of the Victorian era. Prior to that, women weren't really into trying to be no fucking good girl. And the shit we see, the shit's failed. It lasted for a good number of decades, but the shit has failed. Because for most women, man, trying to be the good girl goes against their nature, man. Women gonna fuck who they want to fuck. Some of y'all don't want to accept that. And that's what I made clear in the comment section of BGS Itmore. Some of y'all don't want to accept that shit. You know, y'all making arguments that women should be. Anytime you use the word should be, you know you fucking up. That's when you know you fucking up. When you start talking about how women should be, you're fucking up. You're starting to go into a delusional fantasy world. When you start talking about how women should be. They should be or what? Or what? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? If they don't? What you gonna do? You gonna do Elliot Rodger? You gonna do a George Sodini on him? Is that what you gonna do? What you gonna do? If all women today said we ain't gonna change shit about our behavior, what you gonna do? That's what I'm asking. What you gonna do? Well, I ain't gonna ask women out on dates no more. So, some of y'all, they don't want you to ask them out on a date anyway. Next, I ain't gonna spend money on them no more. Okay, that's good. But guess what? There's a percentage of y'all that women don't want y'all spending money on them anyway. So, next, well, I ain't gonna try to have sex with them no more. I already stated. There's a percentage of y'all that women don't want to have sex with you even if you act offering to pay them for it. So, what you gonna do? If all women remain promiscuous, if all women remain manipulative, if all women remain sexually duplicitous, if all women remain adulterous, what you gonna do that's gonna provoke a compelling change for them? What you gonna do? That's what I thought. Nothing. Because women are winning. And they gonna always win in a civilized society. Y'all just better accept that shit. In a civilized society, women are gonna always win. When it comes to legalities and public policy, they gonna always fucking win. They gonna always fucking win. Get real about that shit, man. They gonna always win. And you know what? In me saying that, I hope a group of y'all 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now are able to prove me wrong. I hope you are. I hope you are. I hope you can come back to me in 2022 or 2027 and say, Alan, you were wrong. We're now winning. I hope you can say that. But for right now, I say highly doubtful. Y'all ain't gonna win shit in no gender war. Not in a civilized society, y'all ain't gonna win shit. Which means in a civilized society, some of y'all, out of my 4 categories that I talk about in the beta male revolution, total alpha males. Total alpha males ain't gonna never have no problems. They're gonna always be able to get pussy whenever they fucking feel like it. So they ain't gonna have no frustrations. You ain't gonna never hear no total alpha male on no podcast show bitching about women. Because they always getting their dick sucked and they always getting some pussy. Alpha males with beta traits, they ain't gonna do hardly any bitching. They might do a little bit, but hardly any. Because they got their main woman, and usually they got concubines, mistresses, and whatever else. Beta males with alpha traits, they gonna do some degree of bitching, usually after they've been exploited for their money and material possessions, or after they found out their wife or fiance or long-term girlfriend was cheating on them. That's when they're going to do their bitching, after the fact bitching. But because they got resources, they're going to always be able, if nothing else, to buy some pussy, to buy some quality pussy. It's just the problem is, there's always going to be another motherfucker that's going to be able to get that quality pussy for free. Like I have. I've gotten pussy for free that other motherfuckers had to pay for. And I know with some of y'all, that just chaps your hide. That I was able to fuck fine bitches for free that some of y'all motherfuckers had to pay for. That's how life is. Life in the big shitty. But the worst of all is the total beta male. The total beta male, again, that's the guy that women, they don't want shit from you. They don't, you ain't got no money, so they don't want that. The little money you do have, they don't want it. You ain't got no good dick. You got a boring personality. You ain't got no balls. You ain't got no backbone. So all you can do is bitch. That's all you can do. Bitch and jack off. Jack off and bitch. That's all you can do. That's all you gonna do. You're gonna do what you've been doing and then you're gonna die. Particularly if you don't engage in any type of self-improvement activities. That's gonna be the rest of your life right now. You ain't gonna fuck no fine bitches unless you save up enough money to buy a high quality prostitute or call girl every blue moon. You're gonna play video games. You're gonna go to work, come home, and then you're gonna die. And ain't nobody gonna remember you. When people talk about you died, people gonna say, who? That blunt enough for you? Huh? Am I mincing my words? Wake the fuck up, man. Wake the fuck up. I'm not here to feed in anybody's delusions. I'm here to give you hardcore real shit. Especially when some of y'all challenge me saying I'm not being hardcore enough. Shit. Trust me, when I want to be hardcore, ain't nobody on YouTube more hardcore than me. They might think they are, but they not. They might think they are, but they not. And speaking of that, you know, this other podcast host today, I think it was today, guess what I heard him say? He had the nerve, what my mother used to say, the unadulterated gall. He said, it was a simple statement, but it was one that just really perked up my ears. he said, and I'm paraphrasing now because I don't have the exact quote in front of me or the audio clip in front of me, but he essentially said that the vast majority of men are natural straight shooters. He said the vast majority of men are natural straight shooters. He was making an argument that most women are dishonest and misleading and generally full of shit, whereas most men say what they mean and mean what they say. He didn't put a percentage on it, so I don't know. I don't know if he's talking about 90% of men are straight shooters or 51% of men are straight shooters. Let's go with the minimum. Let's say he was saying 51% of men in society are natural straight shooters. Then why the fuck has my book, Mo 1, been one of the best sellers over the last 10 years? If most men are natural straight shooters, why would motherfuckers be paying me for coaching to give them, help them develop the balls and backbone to be straightforward with women? Answer that for me, please. If most men are these totally honest, straight shooters, why would there have ever been a need for me to write Mo 1? Please answer that for me. And that's going to segue into my Patreon exclusive portion for my $5 subscribers and up. The title of my Patreon exclusive portion is going to be, you can't be criticizing women for being full of shit if you full of shit. And that's something you've heard me say at least 2 or 3 of my previous video podcasts. How can you criticize women for being full of shit and you full of shit? In other words, how can you be criticizing women for being liars if you're a liar? How can you be criticizing women for being adulterers and you're an adulterer? How can you criticize women for being a promiscuous whore and you're a promiscuous whore? And so on and so on and so on. You criticize women for being highly manipulative and you misleading and manipulative. What kind of shit is that? I heard some of y'all on various podcasts defending Harvey Weinstein, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't defend that motherfucker. You know why? Because that motherfucker that had the balls to straightforwardly tell women that he wanted to fuck them. A lot of people looked up to Harvey Weinstein. I don't. That motherfucker ain't nowhere near on my level. Motherfuckers who know me know my verbal boldness. And I told y'all, as Tony Mason said again, I rub my balls in y'all face about how verbally bold I am with women. I don't hesitate to tell a woman that the number one reason why I'm talking to her is because I want to fuck the shit out of her. Because I ain't scared of rejection. A lot of y'all scared of rejection. I ain't scared of being called an asshole or a dick. But like a lot of you motherfuckers are. When's the last time you were in a grocery store and saw a woman wearing leggings with a big round juicy ass and you went up to her and said, damn, you got a big round juicy ass? I've done it. Some of the fellas the last time I was in Vegas, they remember that. Shit, I was in the grocery store, a woman was wearing leggings with a big round. I said, damn, you got a big round juicy ass. I will fuck the shit out of you. That was the first thing I said to this woman. Can you say you said that? All you natural straight shooters? Harvey Weinstein invited women to watch him take a shower. Instead of just telling them straight up he want to fuck them. Invite women to give him a massage when he know he want to fuck them. No balls, no backbone having motherfucker. I have no respect for that sorry, sad son of a bitch. I don't fault him for wanting to fuck these actresses. I don't fault him at all for wanting to fuck these up-and-coming actresses, but I fault him for not having the balls and backbone to tell him that straightforwardly. Tiger Woods. I love Tiger Woods as a golfer, but did he tell his wife straightforwardly he wanted to fuck other bitches? No. So I lost respect for him as a man too. If I made Tiger Woods money and I made the decision to get married, the first thing I would tell my wife is, look, I love you, and I'm going to take care of you financially, but I'm going to be fucking as many bitches as I want to fuck. And either you accept that, or if you're not willing to accept that, let me know right now before I put this fucking big-ass diamond ring on your finger. That's what I would have told my wife if I was in Tiger Woods' position. even my close friends know I have no respect for cheating. You cheaters out there, I have no respect for you. Because you ain't got the balls to tell your girlfriend, fiance, or wife that you want other women's pussies. I do. Every woman I deal with, I tell them, I say, I ain't going to guarantee you no monogamy. If I see a woman I want to fuck, I'm going to fuck her. You know the reason why you don't have the balls to tell a woman that shit? Because you know if you straightforwardly tell your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wife that you want to fuck other women, that 9 times out of 10, she going to turn around and fuck other men. And you don't want that. You don't want that. Man, y'all better wake up to women's true nature, because whether you straightforwardly honest with them or not about your desire to fuck other women, I'm telling you, when a motherfucker like me is alone with your bitch, and she gives me at least 2, 3, 4 minutes to talk dirty to her in her left ear, I'm going to have her pussy wet. Or some motherfucker like me is going to have her pussy wet. And they going to fuck her. And you ain't going to know shit about it. She going to suck that dick, swallow that cum, and come back home to you and give you a nice, moist, wet tongue kiss. And you not going to even consciously realize that you tasted another motherfucker's dick. Marinate on that shit. The Patreon subscriber portion will start in T-minus 10 seconds. This ends the free portion. Marinate on everything I said. Wake the fuck up. I'll even ask you nicely, please wake the fuck up. Y'all ain't winning, man. Y'all ain't winning. This so-called gender war that's supposed to be going on, whether it's exclusive to YouTube or society as a whole, men are not winning. From all my accounts, from all my observations, men are not winning. And 99% chance, they're not going to ever win in a civilized society. Period. I'm out. Okay. Welcome to the Patreon exclusive proportion. Welcome to the exclusive Patreon portion of video podcast number 57. Let me say something to you fellas, my Patreon subscribers. I don't know if there's any such thing as reincarnation. That might exist. I have no idea if it does. So if we were to assume that reincarnation does not exist, then we would have to assume that this life you're living right now is the only life you get. It's the only life you get. Some of you all listening to me are as young as 18, 19, 20. Some of you guys listen to me are as old as in your mid to late 50s or even 60s. Now, I love that you guys are willing to listen to me and, provide me with financial support while you're listening to me. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all of my Patreon subscribers. But I got to say this to at least a small percentage of you all. Not all of y'all, not most of y'all, not even maybe half of y'all, but at least a small percentage of you all. Some of y'all, based on feedback you give me, you love listening to me share knowledge with you and wisdom and insight. But y'all ain't making no changes, man. What's that about? Y'all ain't making no changes. Y'all ain't making no changes. Y'all not improving the size of your balls, the strength of your backbone. You're still allowing the fear of rejection to paralyze you from taking bold action. You're allowing the fear of being criticized and insulted and receiving negative reactions from women to leave you feeling paralyzed from taking action. So, I mean, what's the point of some of y'all listening to me, man? Like, I got a great testimonial from one of my Patreon subscribers. I'm not going to read it word for word. It was pretty lengthy, but I appreciate him sharing it. He said that one mistake he was making was he was trying too hard to be just like Alan Roger Currie. And I've always told guys, don't try to be just like me. I want you to adopt my overall mindset. But in terms of the specific individual nuances of my personality, don't try to be me, be you. Incorporate Mode 1 into your personality. And that's what this guy said. That was his turning point. And he said once he incorporated Mode 1 and made it mesh with who he was as an individual and his own unique personality, things have started to click for him. So I don't want you to feel like, damn, I'll never be able to be like Alan Roger Currie. I don't want you to be like Alan Roger Currie. I want you to adopt the principles that I share with you both in my videos and my books, audiobooks. Again, adopt my overall mindset, but don't try to essentially imitate my specific personality. You got to still be you, man. You got to still be you. Got to overcome that fear of rejection, man. I like to say, dare a woman to reject you. Don't just stop being afraid of rejection, but dare a woman to reject you. That's where you come from a position of strength. That's what I do, man. I don't ever approach a woman with an attitude like, please don't reject me. Okay, hold on, please, okay, I'm gonna ask you out, but please don't reject me. I'm gonna invite you to share my company, but please, God, don't reject me. Please, no, please. Don't criticize me. Oh, no, don't criticize me. Don't insult me. Don't call me an asshole for being so forward or a jerk. Please don't. Just listen. Just hear me out. You don't ever want to try to approach a woman from a position of weakness. You want to approach a woman with an attitude like, I want you to share my company. And have an underlying attitude like, if you say no, so? I got other women I can approach. So? See, you'll hear a lot of women say that cockiness turns them off, but that's bullshit. Cockiness turns women on. Cockiness gets women's pussies wet. I've had women admit that shit to me, and I know from my own experiences. You want to be a bit cocky, man. You want to have an attitude like, if you reject me, there's more fish in the sea. So that's the first thing that got to happen before you can be open to this whole new world called the Mode 1 lifestyle. Gotta overcome that fear of rejection, man. So what if you get rejected 10 times in 1 week? So? At least you're letting the women reject you. Don't reject yourself. If you're going to be rejected, always allow the women to reject you. Don't reject yourself. And when you avoid women because of fear of rejection, what you're doing is you're rejecting yourself. And what do you got to lose? If you don't approach a woman, you won't have any access to her time, attention, and companionship. And if you approach a woman and you get rejected, you won't have any access to her time, attention, and companionship. So what's the difference? What's the difference? So what if a woman calls you an ass or a jerk because you express your desires in a provocatively straightforward manner? So? Shit, that might end up boosting your reputation if you get laid. Because I'm telling you, if you're a nice guy right now, why? And that's been working for you in your benefit on a 5-star level, why are you listening to me anyway? Why are you listening to me anyway? If being a polite gentleman, a polite nice guy is the key to successful women, if that's what works for you as far as helping you attract and seduce women, why are you listening to me? Why are you listening to me? I ain't never known no woman to be talking about a guy who fucked her casually to say, golly, he was so polite, he got my pussy so wet because he was so polite. Oh my God, I mean, damn, I was just sitting next to him because he was just so nice and well-mannered. Man, it had my pussy dripping wet. If you can share a story with me, please do. If you can share a story where a woman told you that you had her pussy dripping wet because you were just so ultra polite and so well-mannered, so super duper nice to her, please share that with me. You got to get out your comfort zone, fellas. You got to get out your comfort zone. And here's what I'm going to tell my Patreon subscribers, since I'm talking to you guys exclusively. Man, don't be like my haters and critics, man. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Do not allow yourself to be a guy who spends every week of every month just bitching about what you don't like about women's behavior. This shit is totally unproductive. Shit is totally unproductive. If you go back as far back as my 1998, 1999 ebook version of Mode 1, I have it right there in chapter 8. I say, do not concern yourselves with what aspects of women's behavior that you don't care for or don't like. Because you have no power to directly change or improve a woman's behavior. Only she does. You just concern yourself with how you choose to behave towards women and how you choose to allow them to behave towards you. And that second one is just as important, if not more important than the first one, is how you choose to allow women to behave towards you. Don't allow yourself to be treated like no chump, man. That's what it means to have backbone, man. Don't allow yourself to be treated in a manner that you know you don't care for. If you don't want to be treated like a purely platonic friend by a woman, don't allow yourself to be treated that way. If you don't want to be treated like a financially generous sugar daddy for a woman, don't allow yourself to be treated that way. Don't allow yourself to be treated like you a woman's bitch just to get your dick wet. Come on, man. Have some self-respect and some dignity, man. I want to see all you guys, man, enjoy the love life and sex life that your heart desires. And I will do everything possible to make sure that happens. Everything within my power. But you got to do your part, man. You got to do your part, man. Strengthen that backbone, man. Fuck all this entertaining conversation. You know, ultimately, man, you want to fuck these women. Whether it be within the context of a long-term monogamous, long-term non-monogamous, short-term monogamous, or short-term non-monogamous. Whether it be in one of those four categories, you want your dick inside these women's pussies. Quit being afraid to let that shit come out your mouth. Do any of you all got a good buddy that you can go out with? A good male friend? Preferably somebody who's also read my books. One way to get some practice being real verbally bold with women is to do what I talk about, who said again, the concept known as winging. I've winged a lot of guys in my life. And that's why my male friends love me to death. Is winging. In a nutshell, that's a variation on the term wingman. Here's what I've done for guys, and you can do this as a way to build the size of your balls without you being on the line. You and your buddy can wing each other. Here's how it works. Instead of you approaching a woman and telling that woman you want to fuck her, and because you're at a level where rejection still bothers you, you don't want to be rejected yourself, do that with a woman for your friend. So let's say you got a friend named Joe, and you and Joe go out to a social event, and you meet a woman and you just start talking to her. Say you do, I don't know, 2-3 minutes of small talk. Then you say, yeah, I came here with my buddy Joe, that guy right over there. What do you think of Joe? And if she goes, he's all right, then you just leave it alone. You let the conversation just fade out. But let's say she says, your friend Joe, he's pretty handsome. This is what you do. This is what you do. Say, yeah, my friend Joe, man. Yeah, I wish I could be more like Joe. Then, of course, there's a greater than 50% chance she's going to say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean you wish you could be more like Joe? Oh, Joe, man, I mean, he's just so outspoken, man. I mean, like, he does things like he goes up to women and just tells them straight up he wants to slide his dick in their mouth and he wants to just fuck them doggy style. Then see how she responds. See how she responds. She's probably going to be like, oh my God, does he really? He really says that type of stuff to women? Oh yeah, Joe is just like. Now see, number one, you get in the habit of saying straightforwardly sexual shit yourself, because even though you're talking about Joe, you're still actually saying the words. So you're like, yeah, Joe, he talks about he'll tell a woman he's going to want us to slap his dick on her face. And see, I can never be that bold. I mean, I'm just so much of a polite gentleman that I don't know. But Joe, he seems to have a lot of success with that. You want to point that out. Say he has a lot of success with that. Now watch, when I introduce you to Joe, he's going to try to play the innocent role and act like he's a polite gentleman like myself. But I'm telling you, he's just so kinky and freaky. Man, he's just really outspoken. See if she bites the bait. Now, this tactic, some people probably call a little bit manipulative, but it's to give you practice. If you at a level where you ain't got your balls up to speed for yourself. And then have Joe do the same thing with you. Have him have that same conversation with a woman about you. Y'all play off each other. I'm just throwing that out there. See, if you got a buddy, in the PUA world, they call that sarging together. You sarging with someone. I don't like those PUA terms like that, but if you got at least one buddy, man, try that. Wing each other. Wing each other like that. Joe will probably get some pussy, and he'll get some pussy because of that. And like I said, it helps you gain the practice of being verbally bold yourself without risking, because some of y'all always tell me you're afraid of being labeled an asshole or jerk or whatever. See, in this regard, how can a woman say you're an asshole for being so explicit? Because you're not talking about yourself, you're talking about your good buddy Joe. But she can't truly say that Joe's an asshole because he's not actually saying the words to her, you are. So she's kind of stuck. She can't call you an asshole because you're not really talking about yourself, and she can't call him an asshole because the words did not actually come out of his mouth. Try it out. Do it a few times. If it don't work for you, leave it alone. But I'm telling you, if y'all read or listened to the audiobook version, we'll say it again. Listen to Verbal Seduction Story number 6. That's where I introduced the concept of winging. I've winged a lot of guys. I've had guys tell me, they say, Alan, man, you've got me more pussy than I've gotten myself. I can't tell you how many guys have told me that because of my winging techniques. They be like, man, you've got me more pussy than I've got myself. Yeah, I used to have a buddy. He passed away a couple of years ago. I mentioned him in an audiobook named Carlton. We went to high school together. I used to wing Carlton all the time. As a matter of fact, Carlton used to say that comment to me. He used to say, man, Alan, a lot of times you've gotten me more pussy than I've gotten myself. Because I used to wing him so much. But find a way to overcome your fear of rejection. That's number one. That's always step number one for Mode 1. Got to overcome that fear of rejection, man. The fear, number one, just the fear of approaching a woman, period. If you don't want to start out with Mode 1, start out with Mode 1.5. Don't go full into Mode 2. Go Mode 1.5, man. What I mean by that is don't be too quick to come out with the sexual stuff, you know, sexually explicit stuff. But just let a woman know, man, that you're attracted to her. You want to share her company. Invite her for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Tell her you want to find out what makes her special. And you want to allow her to find out what makes you special. And then find out if you both can potentially have something special. See how it goes. So the only difference between Mode 1 and Mode 1.5 is, yeah, I don't normally tell men to suppress their sexual, but, you know, suppress them at least to a degree. Till you got that first one-on-one interaction under your belt. Then come out with them. But the first objective is just to get her to share your company one-on-one at least once. At least once. At least once. You only got one life, fellas, man. You got to make the most of it. Especially if you're older. Time is not on your side if you're older. Like, I'm 54, man. I'd say best case scenario, I probably got a good 21 years left. God willing. Now, along the lines of what I was saying in my free portion of this video, man, you can't, well, number one, I already told you, I don't want you guys to get into the bad habit of bitching about women. God, that irritates the fuck out of me. I hate hearing guys just bitching about women. Can't stand this shit, man. And here's the thing you gotta realize, man, you can't be bitching about women being full of shit if you're full of shit yourself. That's why I wrote Mode 1, man. That's one of the top 3 main messages of Mode 1 is that, man, you gotta first get your house together before you can criticize how dirty someone else's house is. You don't want your life to center around dwelling in self-pity. Woe is me. That doesn't help you, man. Take action. Take action. Take action. How's your health and fitness right now? If you're more than roughly 20 pounds overweight, man, get in that gym, man. Start working out. If you're more than 20 pounds over your ideal weight, man, start working out, man. On the flip side, if you're very, very underweight, man, you better buy you some like whey protein or something and start doing some weight training and build up that physique, man. Make your physique as good looking as you possibly can. Studies show, man, women don't put as much emphasis on men's facial looks as men do on women. But when it comes to looks on the neck on down, man, women very much pay attention to men's looks from the neck on down. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. Women put a decent degree of emphasis on a man's looks from the neck on down. Get your health and fitness in order. Eat right, exercise. If you need to listen to one or more of my audiobooks again, listen to it again. That's another thing. I gotta pick on some of you guys. Not a lot of you guys, but a lot of you, some of my Patreon subscribers. Some of y'all ask me questions where the answer is already in the book, man. Come on, please don't do that. If the answer is already in one or more of my 4 audiobooks, just re-listen to the audiobook. Or if you only got the ebook or paperback version, reread the ebook or paperback. But when you ask me consultation questions, I expect the consultation questions to be questions that you are not able to find the answer in my books. But if the answer is staring you in the face right in my books, man, come on, fellas. Quit being lazy. Oh, I gotta warn you. I'm gonna give you guys about 2 months warning. Every year on December 31st, I raise the rates of my email consultations, my Skype and telephone consultations, and my one-on-one face-to-face coaching sessions. So if you want to get one of those at the 2017 rates, you need to pay for them now. Like what I do a lot of times is I'll allow you to buy a Skype or telephone consultation session or a one-on-one face-to-face coaching session in 2017 for 2018, but you got to pay for it in 2017. Like say, for example, you want a one-on-one face-to-face coaching session with me in February or March of 2018, but you want it at the 2017 rate, then you're going to have to pay for that one-on-one face-to-face coaching session by no later than December 31st. So keep that in mind. I always raise my rates on either December 31st or January 1st. Always raise my rates. What else? So yeah, man, just again, man, rejection, you got to train yourself to become unfazed by rejection, man. And the way you do that is by experiencing rejection. See, you can't become unfazed by rejection if you keep running away from it like a elementary school boy running away from a classroom bully. If rejection is representing a classroom bully, man, you got to stand up to that rejection, man. You got to stand up. You got to say, I'm not going to run no more. You can punch me in the face, but I ain't going to run no more. Same with criticism, man. Quit running away from criticism. Quit running away from insults. They're going to come, man. Just realize that, man. When you start being more one with women on a regular basis, the criticisms are gonna come. Why? Because see, here's the deal, man. This is what most men do. I was telling somebody this in the consultation session. This is what most men do. Most men approach women with an underlying attitude like, I'm going to offer you something in exchange for your sexual companionship. I'm going to offer you free lunches. I'm going to offer you free dinners. I'm going to offer you materialistic gifts. I'm going to offer you a significant chunk of my free time and my non-sexual attention and companionship. I'm going to offer you this, 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 and this, as long as you let me fuck you. So of course a woman's going to think you're a nice guy, because you're offering her shit of value, of either tangible or intangible value. You're offering her shit. So if she wants to give you some pussy, guess what she's going to do? She's going to use you for whatever you offering her, and then she's going to give you pussy spaced out, sporadically. And even if she doesn't want you to fuck her, she's going to use you for your shit and then politely tell you that, nah, she really don't have no interest in you. Either way, you're not going to criticize too much, at least not to your face, because you're offering her something of tangible and or intangible value. But see, when you come at a woman with a mode one attitude, what you're essentially saying to the woman is, I want to have sex with you, and I ain't going to offer you jack shit other than my dick for your pussy. Remember that line from Talk Dirty to when Jack says, I bet a lot of guys will pay you big bucks to get in your pants? Big bucks. Then he pauses. He says, I wouldn't pay you shit. Do you know I used to actually use that line with women? I actually borrowed that from the movie. And I used to use that when I first started being on one. I would tell women that. I say, yeah, I bet a lot of guys offer to wine and dine you and buy you gifts, don't they? And a lot of women would nod their head. I say, yeah, I ain't gonna spend jack shit on you. That's the mode one underlying attitude, man, you gotta have. Like, the only thing I'm in exchange for your pussy is my dick. So when you come at women that way, of course they're gonna have some criticisms of you compared to all these other guys that are offering them shit, throwing shit at them. But here's the beauty of it. When you do get rejected, you don't feel egotistically frustrated, because you know you didn't offer them shit. You get that? You slowly but surely get that? I don't know if you heard one of my early interviews back in, 2009, 2010. Somebody was interviewing me. I think it was Sasha Day Game, actually. And he was surprised to find out. I said, one of the things that addicted me to Mode 1 is not my various seduction stories and successful seductions of women, but it was how I felt after getting rejected. It didn't bother me. Like, whenever I'm Mode 2 and Mode 3 with women and I get rejected, man, it bothers the shit out of me. Bothers the shit out of me. But when I'm Mode 1, I can honestly, sincerely say, I can't name literally one instance where I was Mode 1 with a woman and later on it made me feel like irritated or frustrated. If anything, a lot of times when I'm Mode 1 with women, the woman leaves the conversation feeling agitated and frustrated. And she's the one who rejected me. But she'll leave the conversation feeling agitated and frustrated, not me. I never feel agitated and frustrated when I'm Mode 1. Ever. And among other reasons, it's because I know I wasn't a pussy. And number two, I didn't offer them shit other than my dick. I wasn't a pussy, and I didn't offer them shit other than my dick. You always feel agitated and frustrated when you leave a conversation knowing that you were a verbal coward, i.e. a pussy, and when you know you offered a woman a bunch of stuff of tangible or intangible value and she still rejected your ass. That's what's going to leave you feeling agitated. Keep that in mind. yeah, man, quit telling me, writing me notes telling me how great my audiobooks are. I mean, I love hearing that shit, I ain't gonna lie. But don't write me and tell me how great my ebooks are, my paperbacks are, my audiobooks are. But then when I ask you, so how many women have you approached in the last 3 months or the last 6 months? And you say, well, none, I ain't been approaching no women, Alan, because I'm still scared. I'm scared of getting rejected. And I'm scared of like being straightforward because I'm scared of being called an asshole or a jerk. See, a lot of you guys, you want to be mode 1, but you want to maintain the reputation of someone who's a polite, well-mannered mode 2 guy or mode 3 guy. And that ain't going to ever happen. That's a contradiction in terms. You can't be mode 1, but want to maintain the reputation of the proverbial nice guy. That shit don't work, man. If you want to truly be mode 1, you got to risk putting your ego in the face of danger of being rejected. And you got to risk your nice guy reputation. You got to risk being called an asshole or a jerk. And like I said, you're always going to be called an asshole or a jerk when you let a woman know that you want to fuck her and you ain't offering her shit other than your dick. You get that? Don't expect women to change their behavior towards you, man. Don't be like my haters and critics, man. Don't expect women to change their behavior towards you. Deal with women as they are right now in 2017. Deal with women. Deal with them from the expectation that they are manipulative. Deal with them with the expectation that they are promiscuous and or polyamorous. Deal with them from the expectation that they're spoiled. Deal with them from the expectation that they're going to be tempted to be disrespectful to you if you allow them to be. Deal with them from the expectation that they're going to be materialistic as fuck if you allow them to be. Deal with them from how they really are. Not how you want them to be, but how they really are. All right? All right, I'm going to do another video either later on this week, no later than Monday. It'll be for my $10 Patreon subscribers and up. My $10 Patreon subscribers and up. All right, fellas. I'll talk to you. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Say it again.
Yes, sir.
Who's the king?
Alan, you're the king.
Say it again.
Alan, you're the king. You're dominating me.
Say it again.
Alan, you're dominating me right now. Mode 1.
Mode 1.
Daddy, can I go, please? You're the king.
Say it again.
Oh, king. Oh, you're the fucking king. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You're the king, Alan.
AKA the king of verbal seduction. You know, it's the tone of your voice, how seductive your intonations are, the vibrations that you could just reach out over the phone lines and stroke a woman's breast just by the sound of your voice, how you could make her pussy so wet just by the sound of your voice. That's actually very hot.
So you said my show was what?
I said your show is powerful.
Oh, say it again.
Your show is powerful.
I bet the king would fuck me really good.
Oh, yeah. Who's the king?
Alan Roger Currie.
Oh, yeah. Who's the king?
Alan Roger Currie. The king.
The king.
The king.